I am just kind of settling in here. Let me make sure this is looking good. I'm not sure. Not sure what we're gonna do with this, but thought we'd just kind of start. Okay, cool. Okay, okay, sorry. All right, I think what we're gonna do is I was gonna try to listen to music while I did this, and I don't think that that is gonna be working for me today. Um, let's see. Today I went to Goodwill. I'm kind of looking for some new outfits and clothes and stuff because I have this like concert I'm going to, and I am the type of person who always feels underdressed. So I was like, oh, my door is creaking open. Let me go close that. Pause. I say to my empty empty room of nobody. But that's okay. Maybe yeah, maybe you'll be here in the future. I think we're gonna do pants today. I had a lot of caffeine and I think we're gonna do pants today. So why don't we why don't we just pants it up? What do you think about that? Okay. So be like long legs here. These are gonna be low rise pants for sure. And then how about another pair? Cool. Okay. Honestly, I'm already feeling a lot a lot better now that I know what we're gonna work on. So okay, last time though, I think what did we do last time? Last time we worked on this drawing, which I haven't made a ton of progress on since then, unfortunately. Here, I'll show you. Yeah, I haven't made a ton of progress on it. I kind of went in and did some refining. But other than that, like, yeah, I just haven't worked on that. And then before that, we did this a couple weeks ago. So some sketches. I think I kind of miss doing color, and I generally enjoy doing color in a I guess in a context like this because I feel like people just I don't know, it's just like it's more eye catching and there's more to talk about sometimes. And I love using graphite and like, just like ink and like something that's monotone. I like that, but also sometimes it's harder. Like and we see a lot of beautiful art that is super colorful. So sometimes like it's kind of hard for my art to stand out when it's just like one color. Not saying that I'm not saying anything about that, like good or bad, but just like every now and then I feel like it's just like super fun to do something bright like this. And the weather's been really nice lately. And that's been affecting my mood positively a lot more than I ever expected it to. So yeah. Okay. So pants are usually I mean, in my country, pants are usually blue, which is crazy actually to say that out loud and know that it's true. Pants are also, other colors like black, brown, gray, white maybe. But blue pants are kind of what I'm used to. So I'm wondering if I should do a jean, but I also want to do like a contrast color on this. And I also didn't finish my pants story, so I will do that too. But as I kind of, figure that out, I think I'm going to just keep taking out some colors that feel like the vibe, and then we'll go from there. I also want I don't know if I just said this or if I just imagined I said this, but I want a contrast color, and I think purple would be really, really fun. And the reason why I say that is because I just, like, pulled it out and I was like, "Wait, I actually love purple." So it's all very, planned and inspired. It's just there's just so much organization happening here. Okay, let's just jump right in. So, pants. You know what? I am gonna keep listening to music as long as like the chat room is chat room. I don't know if that's like what you're supposed to call it. As long as it's quiet, I'm gonna play a little music in my earbud. Should I paint some of this? That'd be cool. Let's just go. Let's just go. And if you're watching from the future, I will tell you the pants story as as soon as somebody is here to hear it. And like if we get kind of far and no one else joins, I will just tell the pants story. It's not an interesting story. It's just about what I did today. But I feel like when I stream, I get like a little excited and I just like want to start talking immediately. And then I end up like repeating myself a lot. So I'm just taking a couple steps to prevent that today. So yeah, where's that colored pencil? I just had it. Hmm, possibly gone forever. Okay. Cool. I'm not sure. I feel like that was periwinkle, but I'm not sure. All right, word. So right now, I think I'm just adding a little bit of color to the sketch that I put in. I mean, I don't really need to explain that to you. You're probably you can probably see that with your own eyes, but yeah, I'm not gonna like color it in all the way. I think I just want to like just kind of like start building some colors up and things like that, which I think it'll kind of come together as we go. So yeah, I just wanted to say that. I'll take a sip of some tea. I'm also gonna take some like progress shots too. So that'll be something I'll probably stop and do. So maybe I'll put it on my TikTok. I don't know. Well, I'm sort of like toying with the idea of kind of stepping away from TikTok. And when I say toying, what I really mean is like I thought of that once and like kind of wondered about it for a second and haven't thought about it until now. So yeah, very serious considerations are being made. But I don't know. Like there's a lot of really cool people on there, but I feel like I am just kind of falling into this big bucket of people trying to like appease an algorithm to like get going, and I feel like I can reach people that way, which is really cool. And it opens different avenues. Maybe not like the ones that are the most congruent with the way I want to be as an artist, but like avenues nonetheless. So I don't know, I'm just kind of thinking about that. Um on the other hand, like I don't love feeling the way I feel when I use TikTok. I feel like I don't know, I don't really get sucked into it anymore, but like I think I just see people just like putting everything into it and it makes me really like I guess anxious. And yeah. And also I have myself found myself like going down like an anxiety spiral where I'm just like making stuff and I'm seeing that like nobody's really seeing the videos I post or like not maybe meeting my expectations in a different way or like I don't know. It's just like thinking like, "Oh yeah, I got a banger this time. Like this is people are going to love this." And then like nobody really sees it. Like that's just like it's just so disappointing. And it's like such an unnecessary thing to put yourself through. So I'm like, okay, do we really God, do we really need that? So just a thought. Okay. I'm gonna stop talking for a minute and just kind of focus. So yeah. Also the song I'm listening to right now has like a ton of obscenities. And if I'm not careful, I might say one out loud because that's just like kind of how I am. So I'm gonna be really careful. Okay, scoot that down. Hey, hi. I see that a couple more people had hopped in. So, hi, how are you? I'm drawing pants. It might be hard to tell at this stage, but pants are the objective today. Yeah. I don't really have a plan on how that will, take place, but that's okay. Hey, how are you? Nice to see you again. It's been a while. What am I doing here? Well, I'll show you. So I started with this like ink spread. I used some of this Liquitex acrylic ink, and I also used this shade too. So muted green and sap green perm. I just kind of like laid that out this morning. And then I drew pants, two pairs, if you can see. They're going hot dog style. So yeah, pants. And the reason why I am doing pants is because I had to go pants shopping today. And I picked up like a ton of pairs. I was at Goodwill, the thrift store. So I picked up a ton of pairs and couldn't really decide. And for some reason, my store doesn't have a dressing room anymore. So you just have to like buy it or like try it on over your clothes. Um, so I just like, but I had like a lot of pairs that I wanted to try on. So I just like picked one and bought them, took them home, and they actually fit. And like the pant legs were actually too long for me, which is like something I've never experienced in my adult life ever. And so pants are fresh on my mind, and that's the whole story. It's not that deep, not that serious, but I thought this would be kind of like a cute and fun sketchbook page. So yeah, that's what we're kind of doing. Just pants. But yeah, what's new for all of y'all? I've been kind of busy, honestly. Like I took on a couple projects for other people that aren't really, I mean, like yeah, they're artistic projects, but they're not like the phase of they're like where I can film and share, or I mean, I can talk about it, but it's like not that interesting. Like I did a sign for like a bachelorette party, and I'm gonna do a mural for a local business here, but I'm still kind of like working on the designs there. So that's kind of just been occupying my time a little bit more than um the art I usually do. And I just haven't been able to like finish anything this last week. I've been able to start a lot of things. So that's I'm really good at starting things. I'm not so good at finishing them. Um yeah. So oh, happy belated birthday. I think I remember you commented something like a long time ago, a couple days ago, but I hope you had a great day. Today is what day is it? The 16th? 17th. Okay. Yeah, it's so nice not being in school. I mean, my semester ended a really long time ago, like not really long time, but end of April. So it's been like a month or so. But God, like I know when it's when school starts again, it's just gonna like suck the life out of me. I can't do it anymore. But I only have one more semester and then if I if I don't fail anything, and do what I have to do, then I have a master's degree. So that's cool, I guess. If slash when that happens. So yeah. You're going camping. Nice. Camping is definitely one of those activities that I feel like you can tell a lot about somebody based on how they are when they go camping, you know? It just really like strips us raw to like our true core selves, I think. Some people are really chill and happy out there, and then some people it's just like everything is just like they're just not built for that. And I feel like you can either like really strengthen relationships or simply tear people apart. Um, yeah, camping is cool though. I think I'm gonna go in October or November. I mean that's I mean if it's not too cold, I guess. But yeah, yeah, only one more semester. This degree has taken me forever to get because I took like a year and a half off, and then my school's also just like kind of small, and so they don't offer every single class each semester, and so I have to like wait until the fall to take some classes and then like wait until the spring to take other classes, which like probably isn't like a unique thing for my school, but like oh my god, it is so annoying. Like I could have been done probably over a year ago, but just like these small things where it's like, oh, you need this class and it's only offered in the fall and it's too late to take it this year. And so now you have to wait. Like that happened to me and it made me so angry. So yeah. Go master's degrees. It's awesome. Oh, cool. You're a scout. That's awesome. What kind of like skills do you know for camping? Like, oh, this isn't really on the screen either. Let me fix that. Or like, what's your favorite thing to do when you go camping as an experienced camper? I think the last time I went camping, God, it was over a year ago. But it was really fun. It was really chill. All my friends are super outdoorsy. And I'm probably the least outdoorsy of all of them. So, well, maybe not, but but they like had all this gear and they knew exactly what they were doing. They knew exactly where we were going, and I was just like totally along for the ride. I just like helped with the campfire and pitching the tents and stuff, and it was pretty chill. Yeah. All the groups in your region are going there. Oh, cool. That sounds like super cool and like a big group gathering too. That's really cool. Sounds exciting. Okay, I need to refocus here because I don't know what direction I'm taking this. No, don't draw there. Okay. I want like a brighter green here, I think. I have no idea if that's showing up on camera. Is it? Mm, I don't know. I need to get my lighting situation figured out. Tons of knots and fire safety. That's cool. You're the firebender? Whoa, I've heard of you. I heard there's like shows and stuff about you. That's crazy. I used to do sailing too when I was young, just because my best friend's dad was really into it, and he had like all the equipment, he had like a boat and stuff, and so I took like classes and I learned some of the sailing knots and that kind of thing. And so I do love being on the water. God, it's so much fun. And so when I think of knots, I just think of sailing. It's it's just like such a fun, just like a fun thing. And I know it's super expensive. It's not just like a hobby you can drop into, I don't think. But so I was super lucky to know. I keep saying super too. Now I'm really self-conscious of that. But it's not really like a hobby you can just like, I'm gonna try this out, unless you're a millionaire. But yeah. In love with fire? Oh my. I mean, that's cool. As long as you're safe, right? It's pretty cool, like, what you can do when you just, like, add a little bit of heat to something. I don't know, like, that much about chemistry and chemical reactions and whatnot, but, like, just I guess the physics and the properties of fire, they just, like, go beyond any, like, depth of knowledge I ever have, and it's just really cool to hear an expert talk about things like that. Which is why I'm not gonna keep talking about it. Okay, let's go for grass green now. Oh, no. Oh, your friend built his own sailboat. That's pretty sweet. Um, that's really impressive. Like, I'm just thinking of all the things you have to know in order to make a boat that floats and works. That's so cool. Okay, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna add some ink because I am bored with this. So I'm gonna do some ink. Should we do light or like a dark blue? Or we could do an indigo too. I've got this Prussian blue hue. I also have this indigo that I really like to use. So maybe I could use something else for once. And then I have this sky blue light. So I think I'm gonna do like a light wash over this. Kind of feeling one of the dark ones. Indigo, you think? Okay, that's fine. Let's do indigo. I get my water. Okay, let's start down here. This will be kind of fun too, because I don't really do a whole lot of wet media on. I like film it because it's just kind of tricky, and I feel like I just have to move faster than I do with the dry media. So okay, yeah, I like it. No, it really looks like pants, don't you think? Do you think I should like? Ooh, yeah. Actually, this is what we're gonna do. I love how I start like asking for an opinion and then I just proceed. We're gonna go all the way over, maybe a little more. They're a pair of jeans. So true. This will kind of be like add a cool texture over the top of the colored pencil. The only thing is like I can't really like keep going. I'll have to pause and wait for it to dry. So that that might suck, but I think we're strong enough to make it through. So I think it'll be okay. Okay. I really like that. This is just like one of my favorite colors to use in art is this like deep indigo. I also love this crimson I have. I use it all the time. Oh, it's Pearline maroon, I guess. But that's my like number one color. Last week it was so chill. Like I only hopped on for an hour or so. Um and it was really good, but in the background you could hear you could hear like all these like birds and things. Like it was just like so serene. I don't know if like the camera or the mic picked, I guess it's called a mic when it's recording audio, but like I don't know if it picked up any of those sounds, but like I could hear it and I was just so happy to hear all the birds. We have a blue jay that lives kind of in our backyard, I guess. Not he's always back there, but I don't know where he lives. He just kind of like blue jays have like a really distinct, well, I get okay, I need to chill. Okay. But like blue jays tend to like have for me like I can hear them um and pick them out a little bit quicker than I can with other birds. So when I heard like the blue jay, I don't know, I always like quickly look around so I can catch a glimpse. They're so cool. Oh, what if we did like a lighter pair over here? That would be cool. Or should we do two dark pairs? We have time. We have time to decide. Hey, thanks for the pants compliment. I have been listening to people talk about the World Cup with interest. I haven't had any time to really like sit down and watch, but I do love soccer slash football as a sport. I played it for like 8 years. So yeah, I heard what was the last thing I heard that Colombia was doing pretty good. Frog could probably help with that. What do you say? Like in dark amounts. Okay. I'm gonna look it up real quick. And then we're just gonna like let this sit for a moment. So let's see. Today, Croatia lost against England. We've got Ghana versus Panama, Uzbekistan versus Colombia. More matches. I'm always like kind of hyped up for the underdogs, like if there's like a team that is kind of like surprising um commentators and fans and stuff and they're doing really well, I'm always like kind of down to root for them. Um Team USA, I mean, yes, go USA and stuff. But like yeah, I've just been hearing a lot more about Colombia over kind of any other country. I also am a little bit impartial to Japan just because I have so many friends back in Japan and I don't know, I love watching Japanese athletes because they just like have a certain style, you know? I just think it's cool like how you can see, those like just the different techniques and styles translate across like an international context, I guess. I can definitely see that. Like I watch a lot of professional rock climbing and like it's really 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 cool to see like the different teams like just like how they climb differently. There's there's like there's like a French team, obviously like France, but they just the way they do things is just so different than anybody else. And Japan too. Yeah, that I just yeah. Okay, I'm like not really making a lot of sense right now. I'm going to a game between Uzbekistan and Republic of Congo. Oh, cool. Oh yeah, I wasn't trying to say Colombia was like an underdog because I know that um like football and soccer is like it's like somewhat of a big deal here, but it's like a huge deal pretty much everywhere else. And so I kind of like had that in mind too. And I've yeah, just been hearing a lot of exciting discussion about Colombia's team. So China and India not qualifying is funny. Oh, I guess they have like a huge amount of people to like build a really good team from. So perhaps it is. I don't know. Where are I guess where like the games happening? I'm this is like how I guess out of it I am. Like I heard that there are some games happening in the US and there were like a lot of tourists that had like traveled here for this. So I think that's cool. I heard like this is like the best PR the United States has been getting for years. Oh, my dog is okay. She's good. Okay, cool. Sorry. But yeah. Oh, word. Yeah. That's so crazy. I know the people in the Netherlands, they're so tall. When I went to Amsterdam, okay, I'm tall. Like I'm taller than most people I meet here. Um and I was like I felt like so at home. I was like, "Oh, everything is my size here." Um and I was actually like short in a lot of, in a lot of crowds, which was cool. Okay. So we've got light pants, we've got dark pants. How do we feel about pants in general? I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. You know, it'd be cool though, like if these gaps, I think I'm gonna color them in a super bright color down the line. Yeah. Okay, cool. I just had to like download some thoughts there for a second, but you're on a road trip. Game in Atlanta. Wow, cool. Go pants. Thank you. Thank you. Wow, road trip sounds really fun, especially this time of year. Also, it's mostly dry. Um, we'll just go for it. If it's a problem, we'll stop. I love taking road trips. I I don't really like to fly. I don't like being in airports, but like road trips are so fun when I have the time to be able to drive. It's just so good. But cool, cool. Yeah. Well, I hope you have a great time at the tournament, the game. That sounds awesome. There's so the Olympics are going to be in LA in 2028, I think. And like I don't have literally any money to spend on anything like that. But I want to go so bad. I think it would just be like the most amazing thing to be able to experience just that level of just oh my god, just it'd be so cool. I don't even know. Yeah. Yeah, I bet it's like way hotter down there cuz I mean, I'm up in the north. It's it was like 70 something degrees today, which was like very nice. It was just fine, but when it's like above 90, people like don't know how to act. They get real fussy. Everything is like a big deal and yeah, but yeah. So so yeah, let's see. Is there climbing in the Olympics? Yeah, actually there's it's pretty new event. I feel like I think I think Tokyo 2020 was like the first. I could be wrong. First year it was like sports climbing was inducted might not even. Oh my god. I'm sorry. I had a lot of caffeine and so I'm talking like a crazy person. Yeah. So I think starting in 2020 or could be Paris too. I'm not entirely sure. Very recently though, like they added sport climbing into the Olympics. And so yeah, and so I remember watching it live when it was in Paris because I was that was right after I got fired from my job. So it's kind of a core memory, but I remember I was just like sitting there just like kind of crying a little bit because it was just like so amazing to see like just to see these like my favorite kinds of athletes being recognized and like on a world's stage and yeah, so good. Um they also, like, called their, like, international competitions, they called them World Cups for a really long time. I think very recently they started calling them something else, and I haven't watched, any pro climbing in a couple months, so, like and also I don't I'm not super into the semantics of things, but yeah, so World Cup, like, my mind goes to climbing sometimes, but yeah, that's my favorite sport. But yeah, do you play any sports or are you just like happy to spectate or also I haven't okay. Sorry. I had to like take a second, make sure I wasn't missing any comments. Drink some tea to skateboarding. Oh my god. Cool. Oh no, I'm like completely off out of frame. Please tell me if I'm out of frame. Okay. Skateboarding is so cool. That's something that I have always wanted to learn, and I still think I'm gonna try to learn before I get too old. Because it's just, oh my god, just the swag, the swag. It's just, it's unmatched. Skateboarding, surfing, also. One of the things I'm gonna do um, someday, eventually, is I'm gonna move to San Diego for like a summer and just learn to surf. That would be just like amazing. Or maybe New Zealand too. I have a friend who lives there. I'm sure she wouldn't mind teaching me how to surf, like stepping away from her real life and real job, just entertaining this fantasy I have. Skateboarding is so cool though. I really admire people who can skate. They're just different. The swag. Yes, exactly. You played soccer and volleyball? Sweet. I also wait a second. I also played soccer and volleyball. Took me a second to like catch up. Cool. I mean, I wasn't very good at either, but god, it's so fun. It's just so much fun to just like have a good team, you know? I really miss that as an adult. Okay, I am missing my indigo colored pencil. I need to dig for that real quick. So pardon the noise, please. Okay. This one might actually be okay. Hey, hi May. What's up? Best trick I know is called falling off the board. Boom. Tss. All right, funny guy. um, sweet. Hi. Okay, hi. Yeah, I wasn't really good enough to be on a team where I had an assigned position. I played it like when I was young, like god, 10, 11, 12, 13. and 14. And like when I got a little bit older, like didn't make like the good team at my school, but they usually just like stuck me in the front because I was tall. So and I was cool with that. I wasn't like a setter or anything, but yeah, it was just like a good time. And honestly, like they should have put me on the competitive team. They should have put my whole team on the competitive team because we were so good. We didn't lose one game the entire season. And then our like quote unquote like varsity team, they like not to be rude, but they were not very good. They they just like the energy wasn't there. Like they didn't really like each other. You could really tell it was just like a mess. And I don't need to be talking about this right now. Uh yeah, hey, hi. We're just doing sport talk. Yeah, what position did you play? Yeah, volleyball's it's hard. I haven't actually like played it in a really long time seriously, you know? So I feel like if I were handed a volleyball, I think I would probably make a pretty big fool of myself. But no, it's just it's all about having fun, right? Let's do green. Actually, oh, let's do a lighter shade. That would be cool. Nice. Nice. We've got another tall person in the live. That's awesome. There's not I feel like there's not that many like sorry, I lost my train of thought just then. Um maybe I should not drink this much caffeine before I start cuz feeling kind of weird. Um yeah, cool. Center. Oh, you have to go. Oh, okay. Well, have a great day. Bye. Thanks for coming. What is it about like being tall and just being like I guess like handpicked for sports, I guess. I mean, not to say that I was or you were, but like even after, even when I wasn't doing sports or anything, and I'm not really that athletic of a person, um, but I would just be like hanging out and people would be like, "Are you on a basketball team?" And I'd be like, "No, I'm not." And then there'd be like, "Well, you should be because you're tall." And I'd be like, "Okay, thank you so much for your input." It was just I feel like the old people always, like, did that to me, and they always just, like they felt so comfortable, like, coming up to me and being like, "Well, you should consider, like, making this entirely different lifestyle choice." I'm like, "Yeah, you know what? You know me better than I know myself, so, like, hell yeah, let's do it." Oh gosh, is it what's that anime called? Hai Haik Hai yeah, Haikyuu. I don't remember what it's called, but if it's the one I'm thinking of, I feel like that anime has it influenced so many people to try volleyball, which is kind of awesome. But yeah, it's definitely hard. I'm really not as coordinated as I think I am. I went out and played tennis for the first time in a while, a couple weeks ago. And in my head, I was like, "Yeah, it's just tennis, you know? I used to do this all the time." Like, I was in varsity in high school, and then I, like, tried it, and I was like, "Okay, wait. I don't remember how to aim the ball." Like, I don't even I can't even serve. It was rough. It was really rough. And then my friend who, like, actually plays tennis, he's like, "We should do doubles." And I'm like, "Haha, we should, but it won't be very fun for you." So, yeah, we get to be good at sports in lieu of finding pants that fit easily. I couldn't have said it better myself. But, like, okay, I hear that and I think you must actually be good at sports. See, I'm not. The irony of all of this is that I'm not good at sports, and it look like I should be able to do sports, but I'm not so good, you guys. I'm not so good. And I've yeah, but today, as we talked about, today is the first day in my adult life that I found a pair of pants that were too long for me. That has never happened to me before in my life. And it was crazy. Like, and they were like not just a little too long, they were like this much too long. Like they were like going down around my feet when I tried them on, and I was kind of shocked. I was like, "So this is what it feels like, huh? So this is what it feels like." Okay. I'm kind of liking this like sort of quilty pattern that I'm just sort of going with. So I think I'm gonna keep keep up with that. But does anyone have any like ideas of different elements I could add in? Because I like this, but I'm also like feeling sort of like there could be something tying this all together, you know? And I generally like to like start incorporating that in sooner rather than later, just because like when I start really layering with colored pencils, it just kind of builds up, and it gets kind of waxy and saturated and in ways that I don't always like. So yeah, we've got pants. Okay, accent color. I was gonna do purple, so maybe I could start doing that. This is a lot of me thinking out loud. Shirts? Wait, it's so simple. Actually, wait, let's do shirts. That's so fun. Okay. Okay, but what if we did shirts like this way, you know? What do you think? Or should we do one shirt? Or I could cut out a shirt in the middle when it's all done. We could do that. The possibilities are endless. Um, oh, I have this page already. The next page, it's yellow. Oh my god, what if we cut out a shirt? Or what if we cut out little shirts? That would be so cute. And then like later we could like make this like a little bit more colorful and finished, and then it would like show through. That would be kind of cute. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Okay, shirts is kind of feeling like the move though. Okay, let me hold that in my head for a little bit. Okay. Also, tell me about your favorite shirt or favorite pants. I want to hear about it because I feel like everybody has a favorite article of clothing. What is happening outside? Sorry. Okay. Everyone has like a favorite article of clothing, and it's just how often do you get to really like think about it and talk about it and like appreciate it for what it is and the role it plays in your life, you know? Oh, you know what it is? It's just kind of windy and it's moving stuff around. Oh, no, it's actually my brother. This has been kind of like a mess of a stream so far, so, um, I'm so sorry about that. Hey, well, hi. Do you like the pants? Oh my god, I'm so happy to see you. Yeah, I just asked a question, like, and it was not really a question, it was more like instructions of, like, tell me about your favorite article of clothing. Because I think it can be kind of interesting. And then I got distracted because there was noise outside. Hi. But anyways, let's see. I think my favorite shirt that I have right now, it's a shirt that I got in a thrift store in Japan. And it's like olive green, and that's relevant. It's olive green and it has red letters on the front, and it's nutrition facts of pimento olives. It's just like printed, like screen printed on like an olive green t-shirt. And it's so silly. And I don't know, it's just like it just brings me so much joy. And I don't wear it that much because it's a little bit small. Oh my God. I could do without this noise, not gonna lie. That's my favorite shirt. Okay. If that's too noisy and too disruptive, oh my God. Yeah, he decided to mow the lawn, which I can't fault him for that. I probably should have communicated that I was gonna stream, but yeah, if it gets to be too much, we can just stop. Or I can just be quiet for a while. That's a groundbreaking idea for me. So, geez. Doc Martin boots, yes. Are they just like a classic black leather, brown leather? Okay, let's do I'm gonna work on this a little bit, and then I wanna move on to the light wash pair. I used to have a pair of Converse shoes that I wore in high school a lot, and they were really bright orange. They weren't fluorescent orange, but they were like one step down from that. And they were really cool. And they had like these really cool reflective shoelaces. And I wore them all the time. I wore them until they completely fell apart. And then I kept them as like a decoration for a few years after that. And I think I finally got rid of them, but now I kind of regret not keeping like the shoelaces at least. But yeah, when you can get a pair of shoes that just like fit your vibe, just feels so good. I had shoes that had the front of the shoe completely torn, absolutely shredded and mauled. Oh, word. My very first pair of Birkenstock Boston shoes, they're like the slip-on clogs that like all the kids are wearing them now, but I had them back in 2013. So like just letting you know. Um and I wore them. I They were so comfortable and I wore them until like there was no contact between like the ball of my foot and the ground. Like there was like a little window at the bottom that just appeared over time. And then eventually I retired them and now I have a new pair, but they are getting kind of worn out. So I think I'm gonna probably take them to be refinished or something because like the leather part is still really good. And I don't know. I would rather repair something I have and have loved than replace it. So that's on the to-do list. I'm so excited for this shirt concept though. This is going to be so cute. Okay. Another I'm going to try finding my indigo pencil again cuz I just think that that would just be what I need. So, sorry for the noise that's about to happen. This has been a very chaotic stream. I'm really sorry. That could be good. Dang it. I don't know. God, I don't know where it went. Okay. Yeah, retiring old shoes is like seeing your art supplies finally being finished. Yeah, it's like I don't know if there's anything more satisfying than actually using something to the capacity that it is meant to be used, you know? And like knowing that you really loved something and you wore them and just and you gave them as much life as you possibly could. It's just like it feels so good. And so like that's why I just never buy anything new anymore because like the feeling of being like, well, I literally can't wear these anymore. It's just it's like, yes, I did my best. Like I and I really got my money's worth out of this item and instead of like just choosing to replace it immediately, it's like I don't know, it's just like it re-romanticizes the thing, you know? It's so easy for us to just like tune out and just like replace something or like oh you like something so you get it in another color and like but then it just immediately like cheapens it, you know? So and that's kind of if I don't stop now, I'm going to start ranting on like sustainability and fast fashion and stuff like that. So I'm going to kind of like back off on that unless that's where people want to talk about. So, yeah. Hey, hi. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to see so many wonderful people. This is really special for me. Super fun too. We are talking about pants and sports, and you could probably figure it out. So, okay. I keep avoiding this top part, and I don't know why. You know, we're just going to add more ink. I think that would be a fun little solution. I feel like it just feels like sort of overwhelming for some reason. So let's just cut to the chase. Oh, okay. I just spilled, so that was really embarrassing. I don't know if you saw it. I hope not. Okay. Where's my brush? Here it is. The cool thing about abstract art is that it doesn't have to it doesn't have to be anything. Well, that's not even just limited to abstract art. That's just art. So if my pants look dumb, that's fine. It's my pants, you know. Yeah. Just like that was just a testament to show how good I am in a crisis cuz like that was a very silent, very very withheld spill. So yeah, I would be amazing at PR, not gonna lie. I am kidding. Um, this is cool, like adding more ink. I should do this more often because colored pencil's really fun, but I feel like it just doesn't always say what I want it to say, you know? But yeah, um, I would love to hear about the music people are listening to these days. Movies, TV shows, books, just like what media have you been into? Podcasts, also welcome. I finally saw Obsession. I think we were talking about that last week. Um, and that was actually crazy. I had kind of low expectations for it and absolutely no reason to have low expectations. I think I just like got in my head that it was like I think okay, what happened is my coworker was telling me about it and I think the way she described it just sort of painted a certain picture. And then when I saw it, like it just like did not match that picture in my head and I liked it a lot more, but it also like disturbed me a lot more than I was expecting it to. And so I think it's a very effective scary movie. Yeah, I was really surprised. I would Oh yeah, we were talking about it, I think. Yeah. Okay, pause so I can read. Sometimes it makes me get abstract. I appreciate those abstract. Yeah. Oh. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I feel like sometimes like especially with postmodernist art and some modern art too, like the part where people get kind of frustrated with it is like sometimes it's too simple and they get kind of like, well, I don't understand why I'm supposed to respect this, you know? And I'm not here to make any comments on that per se, because I do feel like all art is made for a reason. Maybe that is like the visual impact it has, and maybe it is like, the discussions that take place because it exists and that wouldn't have like taken place if it wasn't have made, wasn't if it hadn't had been made, my goodness. But thank you for the compliment. That's really sweet and kind of you. But yeah, obsession. Holy smokes. There's a lot there. Yeah. Um, I think I actually was talking about it on the last stream, like I said, and I think y- if you like scary movies, I think you should see it, but I also think you should read the trigger warnings for sure. Ah, it was freaky. I wish I read the trigger warnings, like just to know, just just like I was ready. But then maybe it wouldn't have been as effective of a horror movie. Yeah, that was crazy. I do still think I like Backrooms more. I think I just like the vibes more and the storyline and just kind of like the complexity of it. I really enjoyed. And like I had so many questions afterwards. But Obsession just like irked me. I was uncomfortable like the whole time. So, okay. Um I wish I had like a white, like a lighter shade. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a little paint mixing. So pause for a second. Here, you can this is dry, so don't worry. We're gonna do some Prussian blue. I'm gonna take a little bit of acrylic paint. Okay, there's some dust in here. Okay. And this is what we're gonna do. We are going to try this and see if it kind of like goes closer to the shade I'm envisioning. And yeah, I think this will be good. It's sort of bright, so I think I'm gonna just like water it down a little bit. Maybe, yeah. Okay, cool. All right, let's resume here. probably be beneficial if I got a little bit more of a serious workspace, but this is kind of all I've got right now. So, okay. Ooh, how's that? I still need to see Backrooms. Last time. Cool. Oh, yeah. Oh, you're not gonna go see it? But you are a fan. That's cool. Yeah, I didn't know much about it, but why are you not gonna go see it? Are you just not gonna have the time to until it leaves, or is it a choice? Or yeah. Also, yeah, I get that scary movies can be kind of a lot. I had to convince my friends to go see Backrooms with me. They were just not. They're just not into scary movies. Oops, I kind of went outside the outline there. So, yeah, and I went and saw Obsession with, like, a guy friend, and and we were gonna try to get, like, more people to come, and people just sort of weren't able to make it. It was sort of a last minute thing, and, like, the one friend that almost came, she does not really enjoy scary movies. And so afterwards, we're like, "Yeah, it's probably good that this was the movie you had to miss because it was really unsettling." So, yeah, no time. Ah, dang it. Well, I hope you do get to see it in some way soon, especially if you're a fan of the backroom stuff. Because yeah, I had no idea like how. I guess. Wait, I'm gonna use a backrooms uh, um phrase here. I didn't know how far back the like that whole thing went. Oh, that was so weak. Okay, sorry. I just need to apologize for my actions. Yeah, I had no idea though, like how serious of a thing it was and how just like all of that. I had no idea. So it was really cool to be able to um be introduced to it. You know, painting is fun. Maybe I should paint more. Cool. Okay, well now this has to dry. So let's kind of work on some of these green spots a little bit more. This is kind of looking pretty fun actually. I really had no expectations of what was gonna happen with this, so I just love it when things start to go right. It's just it feels so good. Yeah, okay. I watched a couple movies this week. Normally I do watch a few movies per week. Just I just love movies. So, but one of them was Punch Drunk Love. It's got Adam Sandler and oh my gosh, what is her name? I'm spacing her name. Adam Sandler, and it's directed by Paul Thomas Anderson. And it's been on my list for literally years. And I finally rented it and watched it, and I loved it. It was so good. Punch Drunk Love. It was so good. Emma, is her first name Emma? Trying to remember that actress. It'll come to me. It might not, but I hope it does. Yeah, I went into it blind, and it just like made me feel like so happy. I don't know. There were moments where I was like a little stressed out. I feel like when I watch other Paul Thomas Anderson movies. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, May. Yeah, when I watch other Paul Thomas Anderson movies, I just feel like a deep sense of doom and dread. Um, and I don't always know if that's like what's supposed to be conveyed. But like for me, I just feel like kind of worried about everybody in the movie for like the duration of the movie. And I think that started back when I watched Magnolia for the first time because that is sort of like a sad vibe, hopeless vibe movie. Oh man, I still like it. I still like it, of course, but yeah, Punch Drunk Love was super good. It felt a lot more optimistic. The other Paul Thomas Anderson movie that I watched that didn't make me feel like dread. Not to say that those movies were bad, you know. Um, I think that's just like effective movie making is like you cause a reaction in your audience. But anyways, Licorice Pizza was like the only other one that didn't make me just stress out the whole time. Yes, there were moments, but it was it was sustainable, you know. The other movie I watched this week was let's see, what was it called? It was a Spike Lee movie called Do the Right Thing. I watched that like 2 nights ago, I think. And that's another one that I just have always wanted to kind of go through all the Spike Lee's movies. I think he's a kind of a cool director, and the only other movie by him I've seen is called She's Gotta Have It, and I really liked that one too, but, this one was I think I might have even liked this one better. It was so good. It had just, like, a little bit of everything. It had some, like, really relevant social commentary, um, that was just I feel like just, like, tastefully in there, you know? And it just was, like, a great movie. I think you should watch it if you can. Um Yeah, One Battle After Another. I did see that one this in theaters. That was a really good one too. I can't remember. Let me think for a second. The last one of the last scenes, without giving anything away, where they're just like going over the hills in the car like this, you know, because the hills are so dramatic and tall and like there's just like this really really stressful moment where you're like, is everything going to be okay? I was so sweaty in that theater. I was so worried. I was so worried. And yeah, I think that's just Paul Thomas Anderson, you know, he just stresses me out. And I think that's because he's a really good director. So yeah, no, One Battle After Another was super good. Um, I always talk about Dijon at least once on stream. And so now that we have mentioned One Battle After Another, I should mention Dijon's in that movie. He has like a really small role. But I didn't even know, and I saw it, and I was like, "Oh my god, it's the love of my life." Like, there he is. So, yeah, shout out Dijon. Love him. Yeah. Yeah, he is. He survived. I'm so grateful. I don't think my heart could have handled, like, a fake Dijon death. Like, I just couldn't I don't think I could handle that. Uh, oh my god, you guys, I get to see ASAP Rocky this week. I totally forgot for like 2 full hours. I'm really excited. I've been, listening okay, I never do this, but I've been listening to the playlist for the set list that has been kind of consistently, been at his tour so far, and I'm just like, I don't know, I'm just kind of getting excited. It's just gonna be so fun. I've never been to, like, a show this caliber before. I've never been to a show this big, and kind of I think it'll be kind of awesome. Well, it is going to be, but like, I think it's gonna blow my mind, and I'm really excited. It's gonna be long. There's like over 30 songs on the set list, I think. So yeah, I don't know. Just excited to share that. But okay, those pants are not dry yet. Gotta stick them in the dryer for a little bit. Ooh, you know what we should do? While we wait for those pants to dry, let's get the other pants wet again. Like, add a little bit of this blue. I think that would be cool. It kinda is like giving a gouache type, like, opacity, you know? It's super, like, flat, but the color's really bright and super saturated, and I'm liking that a lot. How do we feel? How do we feel about the pants? Am I gonna do the mosh pit at Rocky? I think I would, I think I'd get crushed. Um, I think it would be worth it. I we didn't buy tickets for the mosh pit, we just bought nosebleeds. I know there are ways to sneak into the mosh pit, but I don't know if I am really up for that. I kinda just wanna, like, chill and, like, kinda, like, dance around, you know? So but I have moshed. The very first mosh experience I had was pretty recently. I went to see Turnstile, um, and I was in the pit, like, I as much in the pit as you could possibly be, and it was the craziest experience. It was awesome, and I was there with a couple friends too, so there were 4 of us, and then um me and my one friend, like, linked arms and we're like, "Okay, we're gonna survive this. Like, we're not gonna lose each other." And then the guys were like, "Ah, you might get separated." And we're like, "Okay, we'll try not to. How about that?" And then we get separated from the guys almost immediately. And then me and my friend were we're, like, holding on to each other for dear life. And, yeah, and then I look up at the screen, the big screen, and I see my friend crowd surfing, like, on the big screen, and I lose my mind. It was awesome. It was so good. Oh my god, it was, like, just, like, an indescribable feeling. Just, like, being in a crowd of people, everyone's singing the same thing. Just, like, oh my god, it's so good. But yeah, I got to experience Turnstile live. It was so amazing. They are incredible. Every time I listen to them now, like, they're very good, but I just am transported back there and I'm like, "Oh, they're so much better live." Yeah, it was so good. And that was my very first mosh experience. Can you believe that? Like, I've been to a ton of punk shows and stuff, but I'm usually just kind of like, "Ugh, I'm good," you know? But this time, I don't know, just feeling kind of brave. But there was a moment, like, we were in the pit of the pit where, like, people were, like, crashing into each other and stuff, and I felt my body, like, go like this, like, be just, like, squished a little bit, and at that moment, I was like, "Okay, we need to go back just a little bit because 'cause I'm scared of being crushed." Oh my god. So, yeah, I to answer your question, I probably won't be in the pit at ASAP, but who knows, you know? I'll report back next week, and I will let you know what happens. Yeah, so yeah, are you guys seeing any shows or going to any, like, concerts in the next or maybe this summer or soon or what? Because I have a few planned, and I'm very excited. Ever since I realized that I had free will, I have been going to so many concerts, and that's just been where my money's been going, and it has been the best feeling ever. I've never, ever regretted spending money on live music before. Even when they're not that good, I'm still like, I'm I'm glad I got to experience that, you know? Yeah, after I see ASAP Rocky this week, I am going to probably I won't see anybody for a while, but, like, in August, LCD sound system is coming to my state. And I say my state because nobody ever comes to Montana. Nobody ever comes to Montana, but they're coming to Montana. And so because they're making the trip to this state, I am making the trip to the city. So I get to see LCD sound system in August, and that will be just like just that will just be such a special show. It's definitely like on my bucket list for sure. There's just some bands like you can't pass up. So I think I don't know if Pixies if they still perform or tour or anything. But that's another music group that has been on my bucket list. Cause like how cool would it be to see the Pixies? Pixies would go hard. Okay. This is this is coming together. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I also went to like my first live musical in years and years and years. I went to one this week too, and that was super fun. Um, I'm not like crazy into musicals, but now I'm like, huh, maybe I should be. Do you still do drawings with only pens? Yeah, I totally do. Trying to think. Do I have anything right here? Yeah, I do. I have just been kind of like gravitating towards color lately. Um, and I think that's just because it's just kind of been what I've been craving lately. But yeah, I do still do that. I just don't really do them on like a large scale as much. The pieces I'm working on right now are monochromatic and like here. I this like pencil one is monochromatic. I'm working on it right now. I have another one right here. This is kind of a lot to be doing right now, but I'm gonna keep going. Oh my god. Is it right here? Oh yeah. Here we go. Had to turn some pages. Oh, sorry. I'm working on this one too right now. It's kind of taking up a lot of time because it's super detailed and difficult. And also, I'm kind of just stuck on some sort of focal point that I just, before I continue, I kind of want to like have more of a direction. So yeah, to answer your question, yeah, I do still do black and white um and things like that too. So yeah. But yeah, I have been doing more colorful things just because that's just been feeling good, I guess. I took a really long break from all color stuff for a while. Like I want to say like January to like March or April. I was only doing black and white. And maybe that was reflecting of my mood too. But yeah, now it's just kind of spontaneous. Any day I usually stream. So yeah, thank you for asking that. Lately, so I have a couple I work weekends and Mondays and Fridays. And then sometimes Wednesdays. So I have been really enjoying like a Thursday or a Wednesday afternoon stream. And so that's kind of what I've been trying to like plan for. It's really tough right now for me to pick a time and commit to that. I think Tuesday afternoon, early evening, and Wednesday afternoon, early evening have been pretty good. Thursdays too. Um, but usually like there's just I like to keep my my social calendar open because I don't know, friends are it's awesome to have friends. So that kind of comes first. Yeah. And so I'm not really good at answering questions, am I? My goodness. I guess it's a little bit more spontaneous, but I'm kind of just like building up um sort of a pattern just to see what works. And then maybe eventually I'll kind of just commit to a day. But right now I think Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday afternoons. I think lately it's been Wednesday, Thursdays. Um that have been good. I did do one like on a Sunday recently. But yeah, if anybody has any strong thoughts or feelings about stream schedules, stuff like that, I'm always interested in hearing. Might not be able to accommodate exactly what you need or want because I am a person with a life, unfortunately. But like I'm always interested in hearing people's thoughts on those things. So that was a lot of words to say very little. Nice. Okay. Oh, thank you for hanging out for such a long time. I really appreciate it. It's way more fun with people, so yeah, I appreciate it. Have a great day. Thank you for hanging out. Okay, I'm gonna drink some tea. Okay, it's 5:23 in my neck of the woods anyways. Yeah. Trying to think what else has been happening. There's been a few album releases that have been kind of interesting. I'm always interested in hearing what people are listening to, what music is on repeat. So yeah. Oh. Yeah, sorry. At the very, very beginning, I just kind of started talking about pants and then I like talked about it while I was drawing it. I don't think I really like spent a lot of time being like, these are pants, but yeah, these are pants. But yeah, that was funny. But yeah, what are you guys listening to these days, or reading, or watching on TV, or just like thinking about and caring about? I would love to broaden my horizons today. It's not new, but been listening to Hemlock Springs. Oh, hey. I have a friend who's super into Hemlock Springs. I only know her hits, the ones that are think I can't remember what they're called. There's one about like I I don't even know. I don't think I have any business starting this sentence when I don't even know what the end is going to be, but yeah, she's really cool. I've seen some of her videos and things like that too. Um I always appreciate artists and musicians who are unapologetically themselves, And they just kind of like own who they are and just move forward with that and do their thing. It's just cool to me. It's always inspiring to see. Very catchy synth pop. Yeah. And she does like a lot of DIY stuff, right? I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yes. Oh my god, I've been listening to the new Vince Staples album too. Funny you should say that. What do you think about it? What are your thoughts and feelings? What's your favorite track? That was a lot of questions, rapid fire. Um, I've been enjoying seeing like some of the like commentary roll out as it's come out. Um, I've only list okay, let me clarify. I've only listened to it like twice all the way through so far. Normally I like to do like 4 listens before I actually have like solid thoughts and opinions on something. I feel like it's just like not enough time to just spend on one album just one way through, but that's just me, my personal style. I have a hard time kind of letting it soak in until then, but yeah, I think it's cool. I mean, I'm not super familiar with all of Vince Staples' discography. He has that one album with the goldfish on it that I started listening to that recently and I didn't end up finishing it, but like I was like getting into it and I was interrupted. So it's like something I'm meaning to go back to and finish. And then he has like those his like older music from like I would say like 2015, 2016. That's just like I remember being played in high school, like North North. It's just that's such a fun song still. It's still so good. And yeah, so I could stand to do a little bit more listening to Vince Staples. He's like my favorite artist. He's so unique. Ah, cool. Yeah. That's amazing. I'm really glad. It's just the best feeling when your favorite artist delivers you new music that you just vibe with. It's just so good. It feels so good. Yeah, I have been really enjoying it too. I feel like I knew we were kind of going back onto like a rock. What am I trying to say? Like music, like popular musicians and alternative musicians, musicians who don't necessarily exclusively make rock music have been like leaning more into like the rock genre lately. And I think that's really cool because I just it's just like the time that we're in. Like people want rock. And what does rock represent? It represents like fighting the power and like speaking up for a cause and like going against the grain and that type of thing. And just like power and confidence and anger and like owning all those things. And like you can really, I mean, what does it's just cool that like we're getting more rock music from musicians who haven't historically made a ton of rock music. And it's I don't know, I love that. It's like a renaissance. Hey, hi. Thank you so much. We were just doing music talk, which we almost always do because the love of my life is music. I know it looks like it's art, but it's actually music. I yeah, yes, music, art, the best. But yeah, thank you so much for joining. Thanks for the very sweet compliment. I really appreciate that. I'm trying to remember my favorite song on the Vince Staples album. I can't remember what it's called. Maybe I haven't like formulated my favorite yet. I think I probably need to do a couple more listens before I do that, like I just said. But I mean, I think I've just listened to Blackberry Marmalade the most just because it's been out the longest as the single. And I vibe with that one a lot. And White Flag too. That's the other single, I guess. So those are very basic answers. But like I think that's just like what I can confidently say that I like so far. So go Vince Staples. I feel like we I don't know, we just I just love getting artists who actually want to use their platform to speak about something, you know? I just think that's awesome. Oh yeah, thank you for joining and staying for a while. It was great. Have a great dinner. Do I play any instruments? Or do you play any instruments? Sorry. Okay. Yeah, I when I was younger, like in high school, I was pretty musical. Like I did band. I played like all the brass instruments, specifically trumpet and baritone. But I also play piano and I played bass guitar in a jazz band for a while. Not well. That's important. Not well. But I'll like play my bass sometimes. But mostly these days I just play piano and ukulele. But like you anyone can play ukulele. I just play piano these days cuz it's just so comfortable, I guess. I've been playing it since I was 10, I think. And so it's just easy to like sit down and like just mess around and then stand up and walk away, you know? Like it's like one of those instruments that like I don't know, it's not like a whole ordeal to like get into it, you know? You can get into it as much as you want. It's not like when my sister played the clarinet in high school and there's just like a lot of like you gotta get your reed out and then you gotta like have that and then you gotta like warm up and then it's just piano, you just sit down, you're like, okay. I mean, you should probably warm up, but I don't. I'm impatient. Yeah, do you guys play any instruments? Who wants to start a band with me? I've always wanted to learn guitar, and I don't know why I haven't tried yet. I think I've just always been like taking on a little bit too much. So it's one of those things that I feel like I have to like really commit to it to make it work. So maybe I should do that. Maybe I should just sign up for lessons. That'd probably be good. Take matters into my own hands. Piano, guitar, and drums. Cool. That's awesome. That's like a very well-rounded like musical ability. You've got like the strings and the percussion and the keys. That's everything. I did like learn saxophone. Um I learned like two songs on the saxophone. Um I learned how to like read sheet music and like play that way. I didn't actually like learn to play well, but for and the only reason why I did that was because I wanted to learn how to play Careless Whisper on the sax. And so once I achieved that, I was like, oh, like goal completed. I'm done. I'm done. I've peaked. And I did. I did peak. The day I played Careless Whisper on the saxophone and serenaded my mom was my highest achieving moment. Any advice for someone graduating high school soonish who really wants to pursue art and make a life in it? Yeah. Also T about the saxophone. Yeah, well, let me tell you a little bit about, I guess, who I am. I've been pursuing art not that long. I've been making art a really long time. Um, every day since I was, I don't know, 12 or 13. And I am 26. So that's over 10 years of making art every day. I went to college for something else. I went to college to be a therapist, and I am actually graduating in the fall, in like December after this fall semester, to be like I'll have my master's degree in mental health counseling. So I don't know how to be a professional artist. That's the disclaimer. I'm trying to figure that out myself. And the reason why I'm here even talking to you is because like I was trying to do something traditional that I know would make like I guess my family happy, and like it would check off certain boxes, like I would have a way to make sustainable living. I would be working in an industry that could support me in like also something I believed in, which was mental health care. But like I was sacrificing a lot of joy to do that, and a lot of like authentic like just I guess just authenticity is the word I'm reaching for. I Yeah, so I'm kind of at this like phase in my life where like I wish I had just gone into art from the beginning and just like went to art school. And I don't think art school is like the only way, of course. I think if you love something, if there's a will, there's a way. If you want to be an artist and you truly do, deep in your bones, you feel it, and it's just like the love and the passion is there, you're gonna be an artist. I um I do wish I went to art school, to be honest. And you don't have to go to like a fancy art school, you should just go to like a close by school, like a state school if you want to go to art school at all. Because like those like fine arts institutes that that just kind of like boast like, oh, we're just an art school, those private schools are ridiculously expensive. They're not always going to like get you where you want to be, and you can build the same community, if not better community, at like a lower price point and have access to much more things, even like especially if you change your mind, at like a state school or like a public institution. So if you're thinking about an art school route, I think that would be my recommendation. um, Even though I am in school to be something else, I am involved with the art department at my university. And like, I've never had a bad experience with the other students or the faculty or the things I've gotten involved with, the exhibitions. And it's just like my heart hurts that like I missed out on almost all of that. I just got like a little tiny bit. So yeah. So if you want to be an artist and you're at this like crossroads part where you feel like you have to like make like a big life choice soon, Um, yeah, you should not waste any time trying to talk yourself into something you think you should want, whatever that is. Like, noth tomorrow is not promised. Anything could happen, and while in some ways, like, you practicality is something that we should all be keeping in mind to a degree, you should not sell your soul to do a job that you don't feel like it nourishes your soul back, you know? Like, you need to choose joy and fulfillment and happiness over money. So whatever that looks like to you, I encourage you to pursue that and consider that. Yeah, I don't think that was like super specific or maybe very practical, but that's my spiel. And like I'm kind of a therapist, like almost, not really. So that's that's kind of, I guess, cool, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I'm not a therapist. I'm going to say that. Like, so please, respectfully, please don't ask me, or please don't like talk to me like I'm a therapist in that way. Like, please don't, start therapy with me, cuz like I don't want to get in trouble, and I don't want to like cause any harm. So, we'll just talk like this, and that will be perfectly fine. So, anyways, let me go through the comments. I was just like ranting a lot, so yeah. Yeah. Okay, cool. I have considered becoming an art therapist, but I just love making art so much that I don't know, like it feels like a compromise, and I have spent a really long time compromising. I spent god, like 6 7 years on my education so far. Almost actually more than 8 years on my education so far. And the whole time I've been talking myself into this one career path, which is like mental health counseling, which, of course, to be fair, is a very important industry. It's very needed, especially in times like this. I do believe in that work, and I do believe in the work that I get to do. I'm not just like so jaded that I don't care about it. It's just like if I had to pick a conventional job, this would be it. But like my heart is here, like all I really want to do is create art and music and share and talk and just like exist in that kind of space. So I literally in the middle of like kind of a quarter life crisis where I'm like reassessing these things, and I'm like, okay, I'm proud of myself for like creating this safety net for myself, and taking these like more boring, more practical life things into consideration. However, like I do feel like I am giving up a lot to do it. And so part of my whole like issue right now is like I'm a little bit impatient for like school to wrap up so that I can really get into art stuff. So now, like this summer, I'm kind of going all in. I'm drawing and painting every day, for a few hours every day. And I don't even share everything I make. Most of the things I make, I don't even share, because there's just like such a high amount of it. And not all of it is like the caliber that I wish to, you know, have and be like, this is a representation of me and my skills. So a lot of it's just like practice stuff, which is great too. And it's important to make those things too. So yeah, art therapy. I do know a few art therapists, and they're wonderful people. And I believe that art therapy is like a really important thing, and it can really reach and help a lot of people. I don't think I would be a good art therapist because once you get a pen in my hand, I'm like, oh, I just kind of want to draw now, So it'd be really hard for me to focus on the task at hand, which is providing quality mental health care. So yeah. Um, but yeah, I mean, I did think about it for a really long time. I mean, where I live, there's literally like 5 art therapists in the whole state. So I would definitely be reaching, reaching people that don't always have access to those things. However, it's not really where my heart is right now. My favorite part about like doing therapy and working in mental health though is just like sitting down with somebody and like connecting with them. It sounds very basic, but like just like hearing their stories and like kind of like echoing back like observations or asking them questions and like trying to understand someone and and see them the way they need to be seen is just it's such a gift to be able to exist in that space and be there for people in that way. It's such a privilege. So yeah, I just wish like I don't know. It's gonna be good when I graduate and I can be a therapist also, but also like it kind of feels like I'm not completely banking on my dreams and goals and aspirations of art and music. And that's something I've been chewing on for a while, I guess. So yeah. Sorry to get like kind of heavy there, but I guess it just was about just what was on my mind. So yeah. Okay, cool. Thanks for your comment, May. I appreciate that. I feel like being 26 is just like a weird age because like it's I feel like it's right on the cusp of like being old enough to have, have your life choices kind of like hammered down. A lot of people I know are married, have kids, are about to become parents, just like buying houses, things like that, kind of very like I guess normal things to do as an adult. Um, and I'm just nowhere near that, and I don't want to be, but like part of me feels like not necessarily like shame or like weird about it, but like I'm like, man, should I be wanting to be married right now? Like, should I be wanting to buy a house? And should I be wanting to have a full time job where I can have a 401k and health insurance? Like, I feel like I'm just like a little bit out of place right now. So I'm glad to hear that, we can kind of commiserate on that because it's just weird. Pivoting careers is it's like it's the sunk cost fallacy thing. I think I feel like is happening to me because I'm like, oh, but I've literally been in college since 2019. I did take a break, a couple like short breaks, but like other than that, like it's been pretty consistently just like school has been my life or the background of my life. And it feels like I would be just wasting all that time, effort, and money to like walk away. But here's the thing, if you realized you were on the wrong bus, would you just like keep riding through the stops or would you get off the bus? Somebody told me that once and I will never forget it. So, yeah, life is weird. Uh, well, I'm glad I'm not alone in this and I'm glad you're not alone in this. And yeah, it's a weird time and place, isn't it? I feel like there's this is another thing I tell myself. Like there's always going to be enough people like doing those jobs that need to be done, right? Well, let me back up. Maybe not. There's always going to be enough people like working regular jobs, paying regular taxes, owning regular houses, having those regular lives. Like there is art within you and within me, and there's music within us and like creativity that needs to come out and needs to see the light of day, that like if we have it, like I feel like it's important to share it, you know? And if maybe not necessarily like in a like I need to be seen and appreciated way, but like I like it exists within you and it needs to come out. If not, you are going to go crazy and be miserable. And like just like as an act of self-love, like it's just something that also needs to be happening. Maybe it can be alongside of, you know, the other things you do in your life. Like if you do end up getting like a conventional job or career or um you know, things like that, and your creative expression can come out in different ways. Like that's wonderful. It's whatever works for you. But like for me, I've tried to keep it, you know, just like on the back burner of just like, oh, this is just like my hobby. This is just something I like to do. And it does not work. Like I've literally I lost a job over like just spending too much time doing art and just like getting so jaded to the work I was doing. And it's just there's enough people, miserable people behind computers. Like you don't need to be one of them. You don't get brownie points for being miserable. Like you just have to do what makes you happy. And it takes a long time to figure out what that is too. So okay, I need to sip some water. I am yapping. Okay, but low key, I'm liking these pants. I'm really happy with these pants. I think we're gonna go for more purple too. But yeah, I've also seen it both ways too, you know, like I've seen um like a close friend of mine, he wanted to go into music as a career and he was like trained as a sound engineer and like audio recording, all the mixing, mastering, those types of things, which is really impressive to me in general. But he was doing that for like just a little bit of time, but he ended up getting a job in sales, I think, like optical sales. And I was like kind of rooting for him in the creative way because I think on the inside, like that's what I wanted to do. But I was at that time, I was like a little too scared to really commit to it. And so when he changed paths, like switched gears from a creative industry to kind of more healthcare slash sales industry, and he was like a lot happier because I think he really enjoyed the stability and the regularity of it all. But I was just like on the inside, I was like, no, don't. But then now years have passed and we've completely like flip flopped. Like he's thriving in his job, which is like a more conventional like 9 to 5 job. And I was like withering away at my 9 to 5. I was getting like unhealthy sitting behind that freaking desk. And yeah. And so now it's just interesting, like the things that kind of will happen, I guess will happen over time and become clear eventually. It's frustrating that they don't happen sooner because I would have loved to know this about myself and like really believed it a little bit sooner. So, but like here we are now and you know, better late than never, I guess. Okay. So one thing we were going to do, so we've got pants and pants, right? Um it was suggested early on that we do some sort of shirt like focal point. And so I think what we're going to do is we're going to like cut out a shirt. Either that or we could draw something on there. I don't know. But I want to hear what the general consensus is because I still like the idea of cutting out a shirt, but I'm not entirely sure like where or how many, you know? So or we could do socks too. That would be so cute. But yeah, I'm going to take a water break. I would love to hear thoughts and ideas from chat. If you like honestly, I'm feeling really open-minded about any direction that this is going. So yeah, just shout something out, please.